teens, and welcome to Spyda's Web. I'm Spyda, and this is a place where you're going to get wrapped up, tied up, and tangled all up in a web of great topics and great conversation. And once again, I have the ladies with me again.
Tinkerbell.
Lady E.
And today's subject is going to be something that I really don't deal with, but the schools are closed, and parents are having to stay home and teach their children. So, my question to you ladies, you have a son, right?
Yes.
And you have two children. Okay, we're going to get to you last because you have two children, anyway. How is it being at home with your son and he's out of school? I mean, as far as you working and school and teaching him and,
Well, for the most part, it was pretty okay because I don't really see him as much. And being that he came and spent like the first half of the week, great. Then I started running out of ideas. We done did homework. We done did PE. We done sat and did TikToks. Now I'm like, I don't know what else to do. School, open, somebody. Is there a daycare?
So how does that work with you having to teach your child at home, which is something you haven't done, outside of helping with homework? That's one thing. Helping with homework is one thing. I know when my children were small, helping with homework was one thing, but if I had to literally do a whole school thing, my children would probably hate me because I'm real strict. But how does it work as far as the schools being able to give you,
the tools
to?
It's convenient only if you have the internet. If you don't have the internet, it's so much harder because half the stuff that they're learning about, we know nothing about. We look at it as like Chinese writing.
And what grade is your son in?
My son is in the 5th. It's about to be in the 6th.
Okay, so yeah, it's not that bad with him because he pretty much understands his work and stuff.
Right.
So it's not
I have an honor roll student, so I'm like super.
So it makes it easy. Congratulations on my little honor roll.
Yes.
But it makes it a lot easier when your child is not one of those children who are having a hard time learning, and now you don't really know the homework because you haven't done it forever, and now you have to teach them something you don't know. But I can imagine. I just couldn't be me. Anyway, Lady E, how about you? Because I know you have a daughter in high school, and then you have your son. What grade is he in?
My son's in the 3rd grade.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it's really kind of. I'm trying to look for the right word. It's kind of a sticky situation here because I'm also a student as well, and I work full time, and my job is shut down. So I'm at home working. Not only do I have to do that, like you said, I have a 3rd grader, so I kind of have to be the teacher. It's not. I can just leave him alone to do his homework because it's not probably going to happen.
That's right.
Because he'll be ready to. My son is an outdoor guy. He is, as soon as he hits the floor on the weekend, he is ready to go outside. So trying to get him to focus, what I've done is I've allowed him to have kind of a scheduled day. So, we start out the morning because I have to get up and log on to work as well. So just like school time, since I have to get up and log on at 8 o'clock, he is required to get up and do his homework at 8 o'clock. So we kind of work at the kitchen table together.
So your job has literally sent you home to work from home. Well, that's a plus because a lot of jobs are not doing that. And with parents who have the children at home from school, they don't have that. I can go home and do my job. They have to literally go home, go to work, come home. I don't know how they're doing it. But
it's real hard.
And they gotta come home and be mommy, teacher, and everything else in between because of everything.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's definitely you. I think the best way to go handle anything, and I might, and it's just me being a Virgo, and being meticulous. I think anything that you do, you got to go at it with a kind of schedule. It's like you have to keep a structure, a schedule. And I think even though it is difficult, I think if you structure it and schedule, like I said, 8 o'clock, I got to log on to work. Son, you got to get up and do your homework. Now, what's really crazy, as far as my son, it's okay. But what's really bothering me is Jada, my senior. Because we kind of made jokes now, and it's kind of sad. But all these seniors out here, they're not going to have a graduation.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, she's not having no graduation, no prom. And we look forward to that as parents, especially moms.
So wait a minute. What are they going to do? Mail them their diplomas?
They haven't even decided yet, have they?
Actually, in the state of Virginia, because I'm also in school and I'm supposed to graduate in June, if you're supposed to graduate, you're actually going to be mailed your diploma. They're going to go by the credits that you work from off of the computer. So that's why when I said if you don't have the internet or computer at home, you're basically SOL, and I don't mean standard or learning.
She doesn't mean that, not at all. But in case you don't know, look it up. Acronyms. Look up acronyms. It'll tell you what SOL is outside of standard of learning.
Right.
Some people would get beeped on TV for saying that. That's why she acronyms. Go ahead.
And so, like, that would be the issue for the seniors and graduates from college or whatever it is that you were supposed to have graduated from this year. And if you don't have those credits on that computer, regardless of what you did in class, it's not going to affect now and you graduating.
Well, for me, it's like because I have an honor roll. Jada's an honor roll student in high school, so she's pretty much done.
Yes.
She's done at this point, and she's already dual enrolled, so she's actually enrolled in Thomas Nelson, currently. So I mean, I'm really not worried about her having the credits. The problem is that she's missing out on all the fun stuff. I know that's
right.
All the fun stuff of being a senior.
The prom, the ring dance.
You know what I mean? All of that stuff is graduation, the graduation party. We had big plans for her graduation
party. This is
party.
so sad. Okay, well, I got a plan.
Okay.
If it doesn't pick up and they don't bring the children back to school and they do not do the graduation thing, we're going to throw her a party right here.
Sounds good.
Us ladies will throw her a party right here, and we're going to do it on Spyda's Webb.
Yes.
So, we're going to show people how you can incorporate fun with your children outside of them just being home, and you got to school them, and now you're aggravated and you're frustrated. But let me ask you this. What have you, Lady E, done a little exciting to bring to your children who are at home right now in homeschooling?
Well, I'm kind of silly. So sometimes we play, we definitely have done the TikTok thing. My son and I like to dance. My senior, she acts like I'm too good for this. I can't be bothered by you guys. Oh my God. Mom is dancing. Oh God.
Yeah, you're too old to be doing it. It's too much.
But my son and I, we definitely dance. We make the grocery store fun. Isn't that silly? We make the grocery store.
No, I think that's awesome.
You know what I mean? Like, we act up in the grocery store. I think my son started coughing because the allergies and the pollen is out right now. And, everybody's... So, we made a joke about it. So, he started walking behind people kind of coughing. And I was like, stop doing that. Stop.
Right, because you never know who might turn around and do something else.
Right.
So that's another story we don't want to get
involved
in.
But it's just we have a good family structure. So, we always joking and laughing. Even with my sisters here, we always find a way to be at home and
light in the light.
Provide. We have a good time. I think.
So have you done anything within the house as far as you doing any things with the children that they might do at school? As far as what do they have emergency escape where they have to show you have to leave fire drills. Have anybody done any fire drills or anything like that?
No, but I joked about them.
Talked about that?
I joked him. I said I'm gonna put you outside the door. We're gonna do a mock fire drill, but you stay out there for like 3 hours. Well, and I'll let you know when you come back in.
Girl, that is not good.
Wow.
It better be a joke. Don't be leaving my baby out there for no 3 hours. He can come to Auntie Spyda house all day, and we will not be doing fire drills, but he will be doing a lot more learning than expected. Have you done anything different? Think about it?
Not really different. We've done the TikToks. I don't know if anybody knows of the board in the house board TikTok. Me and my son did that. It's like you do random board type dumb things. Like my son, he was laying across the foot of the bed, hanging off the bed, like, and I'm on the couch twerking, like, hey, just bored. And it was a cool. My dad, as everybody knows, he's in a wheelchair, so like he even joined in on the fun. And then like when it comes to like school activities, like early mornings, me and my son, I'll make him get up and run. Boom.
Oh, so you still do activities as far as keeping them healthy,
right? Like PE,
Gym,
physical
PE.
education.
Right.
And my son, he's athletic. He plays baseball and football, so I try and keep that motivation going. Then we also do home ec. Oh, you're not gonna be a guy and not know how to wash your clothes and cook.
Right.
That's a good idea.
So we do stuff like that. I really didn't. He showed me like on my little phone what type of work he was doing. So we did a few little math problems or whatnot. But other than that, we did like life work type things. Like
you ladies this. Do you feel like this is the beginning of no more schools where everything is going to be online, where they're literally going to have online classes for children from kindergarten all up to high school, where they can literally, if this works out, they can eliminate the buildings, the overhead, get rid of some of the teachers, which is going to break some people with their work and not having money to come in the house. So do you think that, because I read it I can't remember, it was a couple of years back where I read that they were actually doing online schooling for children who were in,
K through 12.
K through 12.
Yeah, it's on. It's a commercial that comes on, and it's the K through 12 little online classes. They have a tutor, they have teachers, and you FaceTime with them and everything. But again, it has to be. You have to have the internet.
How does that work out with your social? That's really eliminating our kids to have the ability to have social skills. Good social skills.
Well, I will say this: the internet has definitely ruined a lot of social skills because everybody's texting and everybody's on Facebook and everybody's on Instagram and all the other. I don't have that Snap thingy, but anyway, people are all on it and nobody's really communicating. So their skills are being broken anyway with this whole internet thing.
Right.
But do you think that'll push it a little bit further?
I think it will push it a lot further. But my question is this: for parents who do not have computers or laptops, do the schools supply them with them?
Yes.
Yes, some schools actually will supply. I know with my college that I go to, SVCC, and my son's school, they actually, when they started bringing the food to the doorsteps, they bought him a little laptop so he's able to stay in touch with his little teacher, and that's the only thing that laptop is for. It's a kid YouTube channel that they go on.
Yes, I've seen that.
And he can go and get, say he's having an issue with something, he can go and pull up and it'll show him different examples, but it's only strictly for school activities. He can't use it for nothing else.
Now, not to play devil's advocate, but again, you and I and Spyda as well, she was, her kids are grown now, but we have, we're decent parents. But what about those who maybe they don't take the time with their kids to give them an education, to put everything strictly on an online, to whereas you're not even having the responsibility of being in attendance somewhere. Right. How does that then prepare the kids for life? If they're not able to understand, because again, all parents are not the same, and some parents don't take the time with their children that we do, and even though it's put there for them, they don't take advantage of those things. So that I think that might put our kids at a disadvantage. Again, I understand, we definitely are a part of the social drive or whatever, and that's, social media and whatever your case may be, but there's still a requirement for the children to interact with each other when they go to school.
I feel like this is one, it's time for parents to become parents and bond with your children, because now they're not just sent off to school and you're sitting at home and you're doing whatever, or you go to work and you come back and then it's gone and it's over. My whole thing is this could be a blessing in disguise, and it could also be
a curse.
Right, definitely a curse for a lot of children whose parents are not taking the time out to teach them, or who doesn't want to be bothered, or just sits them in front of a computer, or doesn't even do that, and they don't even care what they're doing. And children are like, well, I don't have to go to school anymore, so I can do whatever I want. I'm going to go outside, I'm going to call my friends, I'm going to text, I'm going to go on Facebook. I always say Facebook, I don't know why. It's not called Facebook, social media.
Right.
Let's do social media. But basically, my whole thing is, it will be sad, because if we have parents to depend on the children's learning, then parents, you better step the hell up.
Right.
Because what your child is going to learn is going to come from you. When they literally say the child is a product of their environment, so if their environment is homeschooling, then you are going to be responsible for what your child, or how your child grows up and can be an asset to the world and society, and grow and become something.
Or can be another statistic.
Or can be another statistic.
I feel like right now, with what's going on with this virus, the children being out of school, some people being out of work, right now is the time where all adults and parents need to be attentive and vigilant. And the reason why I say that is because regardless in this epidemic that's out here now, it's still people snatching up people. It's still people out here doing random dumb things. And if you're not attentive to your child, whether it's in their schooling, where they're playing, who they're hanging with, what they're doing in their everyday life, who's on social media, you're lost. This right here is, I want to say, a test. I feel like for parents, this right here is your test. Can you be a parent and survive and weather what's fitting to go on until it's in, or are you and your child or your household gonna wither and die away? That's what I feel like this right here is right now. So if you claim to be a good parent, a good father, a good mother, then right now is the show me state. You need to show your child, hey, I'm here for you. Hey, I got a lot on my plate, but at the same time, I'm gonna make sure you get what you need to have at the same time.
Absolutely.
I feel like that's where we're at right now. I don't know what y'all.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think it is a time for, but again, it's totally doable. It's something that you have to do. It really shouldn't even be a question. I mean, if you care about your children and getting them where they need to go in life, which again, we do know that there are parents out there that don't, and that's sad. But what do we do with those children? I mean, like, what? I guess what I'm asking in essence is, how do you regulate something like that? How do you make the parent be responsible for their child and get them where they need to go? Because again, right now, we do this because we're good moms. But what about the kids who are lacking good parental direction?
So my question is, how do you handle the no child left behind?
Right.
How do you handle that situation with no child left behind when you have some parents, and some parents just are not good at work, homework and schoolwork. Some parents are just don't understand the schoolwork of today. But my thing, the thing that bothers me, how do they know that the children really need to be out of school for all this time? How do we know that this virus is not going to, come up and it's going to start getting under control between the month of May?
Right.
They automatically just shut it down.
Right.
Shut it down.
Well, they say China right now is pretty good, right? Like, it's pretty cleaned out.
I haven't heard anything from Canada, so if anybody's in Canada and you're watching, please let us know.
Yes, how you doing?
Let us know. Tell us something, because I haven't heard anything about Canada having outbreaks or anything like that. It's just a sad situation. The way this is actually going down, and I don't like to keep talking about the whole virus thing, but at this particular moment, it's kind of hard not to talk about it.
Right.
Because they actually have taken the children out of school, taken people who work out of work and sitting them at home. If you have a job and you're on the computer all the time, if the job has not told you to go home and work from home, it's a possibility you will be able to go home and work from home. Some people do not know how to structure that. They'll be like, oh, I can work from home. Shit, I ain't getting up. Don't tell me to work from home, because you might not see me on a computer, because I might be doing other things.
No, well, see,
that's when that discipline come in, that structure.
Well, so that not only that, and you're absolutely right, but by my job requires they check in on us. So things on the computer. It's not like you're going through a day, and they don't need to. But I'm saying there is, and that's what I mean by the children being regulated. How do we regulate that? Because at work, even though I'm working from home, I'm regulated at home. My boss will just chime in at any given moment and say, "Hey, Essence, how you doing?" And I have to look at her like virtually.
And virtually, I feel that that's how they need to regulate the schools. What they need to do is if your child normally has to be in class at 8:30, then I feel like that child needs to turn that laptop computer on, and they need to do attendance, and they have to put type their name in there, put their school ID number in there, and let them know that they're in class at this particular moment. That would be so, oh my gosh.
And that's what we do in college, right? That's
what we do.
That's what we do is online school.
And I also check in like that with my job. Like I said, I work from home. I work from home with my father. I have to clock in every day at 9 a.m., clock out at 1 p.m., clock back in at 5 p.m., clock back out at 8 p.m. So that's the discipline I was talking about. You have to actually motivate yourself to be like, okay, I need a regimen.
Well, shoot, if you need a paycheck,
right?
I'm gonna need you all night.
Motivation.
I'm gonna need you. That's enough motivation. I gotta pay these bills.
So my thing is this: they have not done that, right? They
Right.
give y'all packages, the school
Yes.
gives you
Yes.
packages to
Yes.
give your children to
Yes.
learn, but that's one thing that they should have done. I really feel, and like I said, I'm not a parent with no small children. All my children are adults with children of their own, but I still feel like that should have been the necessity to keep the children on point and online. Although you don't have to leave this house to go to school and be in attendance, but you're going to have to log on to this computer that they've given you to be an attendant. So I think that they should actually do that. I feel that would be a good idea.
And that might be the way. Then that might be the way to make this inconvenient situation actually work.
Right.
And it might be the way to help parents get involved in their children's schooling, because now they have to get their children up in time. Okay, you got to log on.
At a
You got to
certain
go.
time.
Right. So
Right.
this might help the parents become better home teachers. Some parents might like this homeschool and be like, you know what? Shoot, I can work at home, I can school at home, and I can go ahead and we're good.
It definitely keeps me on point. Again, with me being a student, me being a full-time worker, Kyle being in school, having, it definitely does not leave room. It was funny because when one of my supervisors, the check-in supervisors, you have a couple of them, and are you staying busy? I'm going, what? I'm trying to teach my son, work for you, and teach myself,
and cook and clean.
and cook and clean.
How
And
much busy can I do?
I'm sorry.
Right.
Yes, ma'am. I'm very busy.
And stay active and stay healthy.
And
because
that's right.
That's
That's
why
right.
we're trying to eat healthy.
And if you notice, ladies, we always do it. We were just looking at, you have
I
to
know,
look at
you
our
have to-
platters. Our
Yeah,
platters
you
are
have to
really
get it
good.
in. I do want to say this before we take the time out to bow out gracefully. But I do want to say this. It was brought to my attention from a young lady. I was in the shopping center. I was at a grocery store. And the young lady said, we were talking about the whole virus thing. She said, if people would have just washed their hands and continue to practice sanitizing themselves, we might not be in this predicament. I thought, yeah, you're right. But at the same time, when stuff is created, but neither nor allegedly, I have to remember the
Allegedly.
But this was fun. Once again, I'm so glad that you
absolutely.
ladies continue to want to join and chime in with me. So I'm going to go ahead and bow out. We're going to say, if you like, I would appreciate it if you could continue to share. And I would appreciate it if you could continue to
Share.
Subscribe.
share, subscribe, leave a message,
Yes.
give a thumbs up, a thumbs down, whichever way you want to do it. We'd appreciate it if you just do something, leave a message, scroll all the way down, say something, we'll talk back and forth. But what I want to say now is until next